All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court of the Rings on twitch.tv/Lotro stream. I'm your community manager, Cordovan, and it's been a while. It's been a few weeks since we last got together here. Last week I wasn't around, and prior to that, Orion hosted the stream for me when I got called to frankly, a boiler appointment in another building that began at noon. And then the week before that, I think I was off as well. So it's been a while since I was last on the show. I appreciate you being here today. Happy to be here. No, the boiler's not fixed, as a matter of fact. It's a big, long project. There's a church in the area that I do some stuff with, and they've got an old boiler system with like hundreds of feet of pipes from the 1950s and such, and it's been a thing. It has been a thing. But has nothing to do with Lotro, though. Nor does it anything else I've been doing, really. Welcome. Today, I'm just going to have a little bit about the latest news, and then we're going to run through Song of Waves and Wind. I'm about midway through Chapter 4 or so, and I wanted to get some actual game time in, get some of this stuff done here on stream today, show off Song of Waves and Wind as we get ready for update 39 in the near future. I'll have a little bit more about the news that about update 39 and more here in the show. Overall, a fairly light news day, though, a little more game heavy and more of a social hangout here on this Friday afternoon. It's already February. How did that happen? What the heck, man? I've been busy. Hello from California to you. I just was in Utah. I'm going to talk about that later on in the show if you really want me to go off topic. Let me start, though, the show. I want to do a quick shout out. Last month, I guess it was a few weeks ago now, me and, I don't know, maybe somewhere 8 to 10 current and former Lotro people went and saw a burlesque style variety show in downtown Boston. It was in Cambridge, actually, I think, or Somerville. I don't know, one of those. It gets kind of complicated around there. But anyway, it was kind of in the downtown Boston area, and it was this, like I say, burlesque style variety show that was Tolkien themed. And turns out that the people who organized it, put it together, ran it, and performed in it are Lotro folks. And so I want to give a quick shout out to Thoradenneth and Gwyneth for their incredible performances during that really fun time. And it was really nice to meet you, and it was really nice to just kind of have a really fun, weird, interesting, cool evening there looking at Tolkien related stuff, and they worked really hard for their performances, and I just wanted to thank them. So quick shout out to Thoradenneth and Gwyneth for doing an awesome job for the long expected party. And yeah, there was about 8 Lotro peeps who were there to check that thing out, so it was a really cool time. What do we have going on in... Oh, actually, one other community shout out here before I get too far along. I wanted to mention that this weekend, Paul No Looney, well-known in-game music band... music band? What am I? Hi, kids. Music band. Anyway, Paul No Looney is going to be doing a special Rohan-themed concert called Songs of the Rohirrim. That's this Saturday, 1 o'clock server time, so 1 o'clock Eastern, and that's on Laurelin in Bree on the Prancing Pony stage. So, I guess I'm just, it's been a few weeks, but I'm just as stumbly as ever. There we go. Anyway, so that's happening this weekend. Check that out. That's this Saturday. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we are getting ready next week. Fingers crossed, of course, but next week we're expecting to do our first preview on Bull Roarer for Update 39. It'll have some subset of the instances and raid available. I don't know that all of it's going to be ready for that first Bull Roarer, but some of it will be. And that'll be next week. And we're also going to have the Elder Slade missions getting delvings. So these are the missions that are in War of Three Peaks. They're going to be updated to support the delving system. That'll be, I think, on Bull Roarer next week as well. And then we're working on some epic malices, which we'll have more information about too. Their malices epic. a little bit tougher or whatever. And there'll be information on that on Bull Roar next week as well. So we're getting close with update 39. It's expected to hit Bull Roar next week. We'll do at least a couple of Bull Roar previews, and then it'll go live. The other thing next week is that we have a very small patch, and it'll be update 38.3, tentatively set for next Wednesday. There's really only two pieces in it. It's very minor stuff. The first one is that we're finally going to be disabling the Yuletide-themed Hobbit gifts. So if you want to pick up those Yuletide-themed Hobbit gifts, you've got till Wednesday morning, Eastern Time, to get that done. Those are finally going to be going away. We've let it go a little long, but hey, who cares, right? So anyway, that is shutting down though on Wednesday, so we'll be back to the regular Hobbit gifts. And then the other piece in update 38.3 requiring a small patch is the week following. On February 14th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the Legendary Item Reward Track Season 9 begins. So you have this next week to wrap up your Season 8 LI Reward Track, claim your stuff. Make sure to claim your stuff before next Wednesday. And then Season 9 begins a week from Wednesday, on the 14th. So we have to do a little bit of kind of behind-the-scenes work, the infrastructure to put it into place so that it can debut on the 14th. It's actually going to be in the build that goes live next week. And then the final piece of news here that I can mention before we get to some gameplay is when we debuted the River Hobbit, they are available in bundles. And in the River Hobbit bundle, information page at the bottom, you'll see a line saying that it'll be available standalone for Lotro points in the Lotro store in February of 2024. Well, February is here, and next week we're expecting to offer the River Hobbit as a standalone offer in the Lotro store. So I think that'll be next Thursday. The bundles are still going to stick around, so because there's a bunch of things in it that people might want. So the bundles aren't going away. They'll still be available in the Lotro store, but you'll be able to pick up the River Hobbit separately if you want to. And that's what we got for news. Beta, small patch, River Hobbit. We have the Forester Crafting event the following week. This weekend is Hobnanigans. Next weekend is a Crafting XP boost. And that's really the news that we have so far. Quite a bit, though. I'm really looking forward to seeing the release notes for Update 39. We'll have more details about what's in it to preview next week. The coffee table from Yule Gifts has its own entire thread of love on the forums. Cool. Just looking at chat. There will be some other stuff in Update 39 that I haven't mentioned. I'm not sure what all is available for the next preview, so there'll be some details that'll be in the release notes that I just don't have in front of me today. So that, I think, is the news. So let me move over to gameplay. And we'll take your questions and stuff if we need to. I'm working through Song of Waves and Wind here. And I am currently... Get my audio back up. I'm currently on a big old bridge in central Anphilis. Working through chapter 4.5, The Chase. I'm traveling to the southern coast of Thingist, southwest of Land Kirian and Anphilis. I just thought this bridge might be a pretty fun place to kind of start the stream. It looks nicer, you can see. Well, I don't want to fall off the bridge, but you can see the nice nice town there. Some fog rolling in. So I could, let's see, what have I been up to? What have I been up to? So yeah, I guess 3 weeks ago I took a couple of days off, really just because I hadn't taken any time off in quite some time. And had a lot to do around the house and things. And then I went to that show. And then the week following I had the boiler appointment. And then last week I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff, which I suppose I could talk about, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with SSG or Lotro or anything else. But maybe I'll save that for later on in the show. I flew all the way to Utah for a game tournament. Cordo, Mr. Esports is me. For verbing nouns, they should Lord Kyrian Docks lift a bit of Moria. Nice. Am I verbing nouns? I suppose I probably am. Alright. Alright, let's look for distant ships. Okay. Where am I headed? Oh, right here. Okay. There you are.
Fleeing Corsair ships? No, I've not seen anything of that sort today.
Only just arrived from Melgobus. You say they would be coming down the river? Doubtless these are not the tidings you need, but I did see your ships going upriver a few days gone. From hiding I watched their crew come ashore with torches and commands. They visited the haunted grove to the southwest. Anyway, they were there for a little while, and when they emerged, they reboarded their ships and sailed up the river. What is there? To the southwest. Where am I going? Am I actually going all the way? Let's see. Okay, I'm going a little ways. Let me get on my horsey. It's true. I am a bit of a cliff diver. I think we all know this. I'm a rebel, Dottie. The rules don't apply to me. Actually, they do. Probably even more so than most. Also, this isn't going to work. So I guess I am supposed to go down the docks. Are we supposed to swim? Can't be right. That can't be right, but we'll go with it anyway. Cliff diving as a new hobby. Or at least I suppose I would have had to go all the way back up, huh? Can I get up? Let's see, I'm not going to be able to get up this way. I don't think. No, that ain't gonna work. Well, alright, let's do it the long way then. There's been a discussion on the forums regarding the RNG, random number generation, heavy grind quote for LI traceries. Can you tell us if there's going to be a PvE version of the Etten Moore's weekly quest to reliably get a gold tracery token to let us pick what we need? I've seen that thread. I don't really have any comment per se on it. I don't know what our future plans might be to offer additional gold tracery tokens. I understand that there is an interest in doing it. Why am I taking damage? Is this water? Yeah, deep and treacherous water. Okay. Well, clearly I'm not supposed to go this way then. So, can I get up? Let's see, when I went up this way I was stuck too. Okay. There we are. So I don't have a good answer for you. I'm going to apologize on the gold tracery. I've seen the thread. I've read the discussion and the debate. We're always looking at ways to provide, the right number of traceries as perceived by both us and you. And sometimes that isn't always going to align, but perhaps there is something we can do in the future. There are ways to get, however, gold traceries moderately reliably. But I recognize the pretty heavy debate that took place in that thread, so... I don't want to be too flippant about it or anything like that. Alright, am I cliff diving? Looks like I'm cliff diving. Examine the high-quality bow on the stone dock. Okay. Where is the stone dock? Oh, stone block. Okay. There we are.
You there, small one.
Have you come here to Tumbamale to bring tidings of my friend?
There have been many strange happenings of late. That is the bow of my friend Nestina Nesorna. He left it here when he went away. But you did not know Farian. No, you would not have awakened Nestina Nesorna.
Where am I? What happened? I remember the marching ranks of the orcs, my friends. I have to warn my friends and the defenders of Helm's Deep. But how did I come to be here? I remember pain in my side. These orcs use a deadly poison. The poison can bring even the elves low. Used by these orcs is of a very bad sort. An elf might last a little longer, but without his entish medicine, you would have died too. If I had not seen you on my return, you'd be dead. Not trying to humble brag, just saying you'd be dead, man. Is the announced hobby internally decided upon? Yes. Well, I think so. That's a good question, because we do have multiple in mind. But last I heard, the answer is yes. I think we do know what we're doing.
Time passed, but Nestina Nesorna could not wait.
I would love a stable master to the Umbar camp. Hunter camp in Umbar. That sounds... It would be nice to do that at some point, yes. I don't know the contents of the LI Reward Track 9, Sir Minibane. That's a question really for someone who isn't me, sadly. People who are working on the LI Reward Track. We don't typically pre-announce what the rewards are, but I don't personally, I haven't seen the list. I've been busy doing other things and doing PTO and such, so I don't know if it's got Umbari crafting recipes. I'd say odds are fairly good, but I don't know. Bedtime stories read by Ants. Natina Nesorne.
Slowly, my friend regained his strength.
Your tastes different. A great and distant evil has been defeated. I have a D&D character who is deliberately named so that people would have a hard time pronouncing his name. And it's Gamogalalag Logamagalal. That's the name of the character. And it's meant to be incredibly difficult for the DM to spell. And that was the entire purpose of the name. But perhaps the ants would be like, oh, that's short.
Nestina Nesorna was still weak on the day strangers came to my home.
Alright, so he's telling us the story of when, the Kindred, at least some member of the Kindred arrived. I suppose I could get off my steed here. Why should we not burn this grove as a message to the folk of Gondor who live in Anfilis? We have set fire to their ships, but the ships come from elsewhere and are manned by crews selected by the Prince of Dol Amroth and by the king far away in the White City. I say we burn this grove to show they are not safe in their homes. The waves bring us even to their shores, and they are not safe from us. Yeah, well, I'm going to say you don't want to probably do that. I think we've seen what happens when you make the Ents mad, so not recommended. They will solve the problem. Can we not come to an arrangement? Maybe don't burn the thing down and keep your head. Nestina and Sorne left with them and sailed away on one of their ships. I did not want to fight, and I am glad. Glad that I did not have to. But I hope my friend is safe. He was not yet fully recovered from his wound, and could not hope to oppose the people of the ships if it came to fighting. And he's about ready to fall asleep. I think, Sam, though, I think because of the movies, I think people are more familiar with the idea of the Ents being slow talkers than might otherwise be the case.
I saw the ships return.
Or as they would say, we talk too fast. Alright, so now we are going back to the keep. Now, how do I get back up there now? Is it this way? This way? I don't even remember now. How would I do this? Oink. Save us a little time on stream here. So I appreciate what you're saying, Arabani. Arabani is saying basically the LI reward track is boring because all it does is keep tabs of your LI XP and then give you rewards based on hitting certain thresholds. Whereas you would prefer it be some kind of achievement style system where it's like kill 20 mobs, craft 50 items, do this quest, kill a monster player, etc. It would be a very different system were it to be that. The LI reward track is not really meant to be an achievement system, more of a way to utilize LI XP and get rewards and encourage you to play your characters with LIs and things like that, and a bunch of things. Like, the idea of achievement system's a cool one. I think that might be a little out of scope for what the intention of the LI reward track is. I tell Elisar the Corsair ships left the river, sailed south till they disappeared, so Nikasi does make for Umbar. I was not certain that'd be so. It seems she knows the value of her captive to the kindred. But something else troubles you. I tell him more briefly than it was told to me of Leafshade's account the past few months. King puts a comforting hand on my shoulder. Your friend Cowardon lives, Stampion, but he is in need of rescue. As it happens, we were already planning such a mission, for young Thorengil must be freed from his imprisonment as well. I feel in my heart this is the way it must be. Both of these captives are being brought to Umbar, A small party might infiltrate the city and rescue Thorongil and Corridon, where larger groups might surely fail. I need you to do it. You say Corridon's sister Siegelith intended to investigate his disappearance near Helm's Deep? I will send a message to Erkenbrand that she be found and told of these new tidings.
You will need a ship to carry you and the crew you choose to bring to Umbar.
Alright. I'm going upstairs in the keep, which is not this way. There we go. Actually know where he is, but okay. Nope. Nope. There we are. Nice skylight. There he is. All right. So, I skipped a little bit of the story from the last time we met, because I didn't want to get too far behind, so I've played just a little bit to progress the story a little bit, so that hopefully, ideally, we'll be ready to roll into new stuff here when Update 39 hits. I'll have a little ways to go before that happens, but... so what happened is ultimately Orgelas and his friend Thorongil got too close to a battle watching it, and ended up getting kidnapped. Orgelas did not, but the other kid did. We found Golazgil on the Pelennor fields after the battle, surrounded by the corpses of orcs that ambushed him. I recall the look on his face when he learned how many of his friends perished before the walls of Minas Tirith, but such sorrow did not keep him from marching to the Black Gate with the Men of the West. At the Battle of the Black Gate, he stood face to face with the mighty Oleg that would give him his mortal wound. And I recall his final words. If there is a day to come after this, he said, look to the people of Anfilis. Tell them their lord. At which point he passed away. Recruit all the crew members?
Lost thoughts
Maybe.
were not for himself, or for what he was about to lose?
He left us behind to go to the war. If he truly cared, would he have not remained here? You tell Orgelas his father counted his family, son and wife, among those of Anfilas he sought to protect. It was on their behalf he followed the king to war. Is that what you're telling me? To be a good ruler, you have to put the needs of your people ahead of your own? Is that what it means to be the son of the Lord of Anfilis? Is that what it means to be the heir of Golazgil? But it is so difficult. Thorongil would cast all that aside and charge off to battle, hoping to achieve glory. And before today, I might have done the same. But I'm not a fighter yet, and if I were seized by Umbar as was Thorongil, what would that mean for the people of Anfilis? I need to stay here. I have to help my mother and be here for my people. My father was a great mariner and a mighty warrior, but I have not yet grown into the man he was. I must serve my people in another way.
I will remain behind. to help protect Amphalos and Pinaf Gelin from further attack by the Corsairs.
The Wave Hunter was given to me by my father, and if he had not died, one day he would have taught me to be a mariner as he was. Not meant to be, though. Instead, I give command to the Wave Hunter to me, until Thorngil is returned safely. Use it well and wisely, and may the memory of Golazgil go with you, and fill the sails with wind to speed you on your journey. Okay. So now we are heading outside the keep. Can I actually do this? I can! Yoink. Did you miss any news, Pharaoh? We are doing a preview. We're expected to do our first preview of Update 39 on Bull Roar next week. There's a very small game update set for next Wednesday, which is in preparation for the LI Reward Track 9. And ending the Yuletide Hobbit gifts, it requires a game update to do that, using the current tech.
I am pleased with the decision of Orgalos.
That's about it, I think. Oh, we're going to have River Hobbit as standalone for points here. And soon. And the bundles are going to stay as well. Our paths must now diverge, my friend. I charge you with the rescue of Thorngil and Kuradon, and look forward to your successful return with the Wave Hunter. Do try not to fan anew the flames of war with Umbar, Stampion. Yeah, what are you saying? This must be a mission carried out in secret.
I suggest you add to the Wave Hunter's complement of sailors such folk as you can trust.
Okay. Alright, you want me to pick up all the peeps?
If you do encounter any members of this kindred, do not stay the killing stroke.
I mean, he says they need to be taught, but if they're dead, they're not really being taught a whole lot, are they?
Good luck to you, and to young Thorongil.
Dearie me. Do take care of yourself.
A change of clothes may be warranted, because it's going to be warmer there.
Eorith says you plan to sail to Umbar.
Okay.
Good fortune go with you, and may you rescue the young heir of Pinaf Gelin from his captivity.
Take Eladon and Elrohir with you, Queen Arwen suggests.
Lenial and I will watch out for the king on his return to Minas Tirith. You take care of yourself.
Okay. And there we go.
I may have misjudged both you and the king.
My heart goes out to Nariel and to her husband. I hope you're able to rescue their son from the Corsairs who have stolen him away. If Golazgil were here, I know he would welcome you aboard the Wave Hunter. Indeed, he would have set sail at once. Good fortune go with you. Okay.
You sail into dangerous waters, my friend. And in Umbar, you will be beyond my help.
See ya. Do it properly, Court, or else? Oh no. I don't deal well with pressure. where this library is. Here we go. Yes, I do.
This is really happening? When the king asked me to accompany you to Umbar, I thought he was joking. I will be fine in a moment. Let me just breathe for a bit.
The Wave Hunter has a complement of sailors, but you'll want to fill the crew with trusted and accomplished folks. Alright, so this is the one you're talking about. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to... Okay. So let's just start with that then, if I can. See if I can find that person. Oh no! Oops. Now where am I? Guess I shouldn't have done that, huh? Now where? What? Where am I all the way? All the way over there? Oh man. Fine. So I'm actually going to Ost Arndir. There, I think, but... Fine, we will take a ride across the dawn. Oh, you could have revived me? Yeah, it's true. This will be fine, though. It's fine. Hey, Misha, nice to see you in chat. Do I not have the nearby stable master? I probably do. But there's not one that's that nearby, is there? Either way, you're going to there or going to there. But I'm going to this bit in the corner. Actually, who was that back there? What is this? Okay, that's a side quest. Alright. Alright, so we're towards the end of the show here. I suppose I could go off topic for just a little bit, because I've had some people ask me what I was up to. So, there is a modern retro game that came out this year that's a little bit like Arcade Joust. Anyone know the old classic, I guess, Midway Williams arcade game Joust? Well, there's a new kind of updated version of it. Independently released game that came out this year. And I started playing it around last May, and I was like, huh, you know, I'm actually really good at this game. unlike the games I work for. I'm actually good at it. And I just kept getting good at it. So good, in fact, that at the end of the year, I was number 2 on the worldwide leaderboard of it. And being as that is an esports game with like an actual competition, I got invited to be Mr. Esports and actually take part in the World Championship tournament. And so last Friday on a whirlwind tour, I flew all the way to Utah to this really cool retro arcade. And took part in the world tournament. And I came in second. Just like on the leaderboards. There's one person who was just way better than me. But I think I'm basically I wouldn't say way better, but somewhat better than everyone else. And, yeah, I don't know if that's true. There's some other people who are really good, too. Nonetheless, it's a thing that happened. Totally happened. And, so that's what I was doing last weekend, as I was playing in an actual esports tournament, kicking butt and taking names. And that was a pretty cool time. It's a little town kind of near, about a half hour outside of Salt Lake City called Roy, Utah. Kind of near Ogden. So that's what I did last weekend, last Saturday. And I flew out on Friday, which is why I couldn't do the show. So. Alright. Let's see. All the way. Melgabos. So what's funny is there was a couple of people that actually pinged me after kind of finding out through the grapevine that I was going to be in that part of the world. Who were like, hey, I live near there. One of them, in fact, was Chance Thomas. He's based out of Salt Lake City, and he offered to take me out to lunch and stuff, which I would have loved to have done. Unfortunately, I was on the schedule of the organizers of the tournament, rather than like my own personal schedule. And so I didn't have any time to do any kind of meet and greets or anything related to sort of being there. Maybe next year, though, if this happens again, if I'm still rocking it like I have been, then we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can use that as an opportunity to do some kind of a hangout for Lotro peeps in the Salt Lake City area. That'd be kind of fun. It was neat. It was a really, really interesting, cool time. I'd never done anything like that before. It was cool. I don't think I can go
Days of
here.
peace
Oh, I
have
can
come
go
at
to
last
Mogos.
to Gondor.
Okay. It is very nice. I had only been to Utah one other time, and that was as a teenager. We went on a family vacation to Snowbird, and spent 3-4 days on the wherever Snowbird is, kind of by Salt Lake City, right? And so that was cool. That was really neat. Oops. Okay. Illustron. Where are you, Illustron? see a ring, but I'm not seeing... Okay. Okay, back this way, then. It would be cool. Maybe I can... But like I say, this was very much not anything to do with work, and so I had to, you know, for various reasons, want to make sure I keep it separate and all that sort of thing. This is just me doing a personal thing for my own. But as long as I'm there, right? Should be able to do something. Maybe next year. We'll see.
A seasickness remedy? You are the second person to ask for such a concoction today.
The effectiveness of such an elixir varies depending on the person who takes it, and what works for one may not work for another. I do not give back the purchase price if you don't like it. I sent the elf to collect some Langstrand flowers and beast parts from the creatures hereabout. If we do the same, the work will be finished more quickly. Okay? So, we are looking for
any help you can provide.
flowers and beast bits. We can do that. Looks like I'm heading out and doing some fighting. So yeah, whirlwind weekend. It really was. I was all the way around the country and doing all that. So it was cool. And yes, I came in second. And there was a $10,000 prize for first place, a $5,000 prize for second, and a $2,500 prize for third. And I came in second. So that was neat. I ain't rich. Me getting a $5,000 check for playing video games? Are you kidding me? That was sweet. That'll buy some Lotro points. Except I don't need to buy Lotro points because I work for the company. Crawlers, crabs, or oxen. Okay. Sorry, dude. I need you for anti-seasickness. I myself am actually notoriously bad on the ocean. Or a boat at all. I don't know, I guess I have like a inner ear thing. And I have always really struggled with seasickness and motion sickness. And so I would be using... This trip to Umbar would not be good for me. I would be needing to do this. Every now and then, you know, I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. It's never fine. It's never fine. I am always, like, the most seasick person I know. It sucks. It's not fun to suffer like that. I'm not joining the Navy anytime soon either. Alright, looks like in a few minutes here we do have the Tolkien professor coming up. I'm not seeing these flowers, but perhaps after I take care of the next beast, one will appear. Oh, is that? Oh no, the corpse prowlers don't count. I think we just determined that. Oh, there we go. Flowers are near the road? Okay. And yep, up there. Okay. Easy enough. Utah really was beautiful. It was one of the... It was very pretty. Very... Like, all the city was super clean. And everything was well kept up, and it was just gorgeous. Seeing the Giganto Mountain in the distance and all, it was impressive. It was cool. They had a sit-in, too, Star Wars arcade game cabinet at that arcade, which I'd never seen before. You know, I mean, I've seen the Star Wars arcade game before. It's kind of classic. This is a classic vector graphics style game. But the actual version you sit in, like the cockpit version, I'd never seen that. That was super, super hot. So, to an old nerd like myself. I agree, man, Mandalare. Beef is a weird ingredient for an anti-seasickness remedy. Maybe it's like a lard thing, or a... Yeah, but see, that wouldn't help either, would it? Yeah, ginger, I agree. Ginger has been one of the best things I can find, and honestly, I can just drug myself up with, I can't think of the brand name, but like the big famous brand name for, seasickness pills, whatever that stuff's called. But that makes you super tired, and so, like, I'm all passed out if I take that, and I can't enjoy it anyway. For the most part, I've just learned, don't get on a boat.
Thank you for bringing me these. They will all be used in something.
Your friend returned shortly before you did. I've given him the remedy I promised. I'll give you the same warning. It may not have the desired effect upon the dwarf for whom it is intended. It truly does vary based on the person. And if it does not work for you, expect it is not a failing of the potion, or of she who brewed it. But I hope it helps. Okay. Oh, there he is.
I hope possession of this remedy will ease the turmoil of Gimli's stomach.
I of course will join you on the mission. The sea longing has me and will not abate, but I understand the wave hunter will remain in the bay and not pass out into the great sea. I will be pleased to join your crew. Awesome. Well, we're at 12:59 here, according to my clock, and we just recruited Legolas. This seems like about as good a place as any to maybe wrap things up for this particular show. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's about it. So thanks so much for watching Court of the Rings on twitch.tv/ultrastream. The show goes on the archive on youtube.com/Lord of the Rings. It should be up within about 3 or 4 hours of the broadcast. I'll be back next week. I'm on a pretty regular schedule here, and we'll see what we can maybe preview from Bull Roar. I tend not to spoil the instances of their content on Bull Roar previews, and I think that that's mostly the focus of this first Bull Roar preview, so I don't know that I'm going to have a lot of actual Bull Roar content that I want to show off for next Friday's show. But we'll see what we can do here. And at the very least, you'll get a chance to check out these instances that are associated with Corsairs of Umbar, and then the Delvings. Oh, maybe that's what I could do. Some of the delvings with War of Three Peaks, the Elder Slade delvings. So, hope you have a great weekend. And Lotro, if you're playing Hobnanigans, have fun with that. Otherwise, I will talk to you all again soon. Bye-bye.